Right. Hello and welcome to the HubFizz EcoBiz show, where you can get ideas to grow your business and make it greener. And today I'm joined by John Hibbs from Coefficient, and we are talking about measuring organizational performance from the human perspective. So welcome, John. Great to have you on the show.
Hi, Karen. Great to be here.
So just a little bit about John. He's the founder of Coefficient, which is a purpose-driven business that puts people at the heart of organization data. So they have an online platform that measures organizational performance from the human perspective. And the driving purpose behind starting Coefficient was an awareness that good businesses are really good teams. And kind of at the basis of this, what I wanted to talk about was the Monergy Flow. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? And I'll share your Monergy Flow on the screen as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, first off, that was a fantastic introduction. You do it better than I do, so thank you. But really, the whole starting point and the purpose behind Coefficient, the business that I now run, was this business model, which I created about 5 years ago, called the Monergy Flow. Mm-hmm. And it came from an awareness that businesses really, at their core, are simply groups of people working together, and that there's always a skein, there's a flow, a continuum of information. So if you want an outcome, and in this case we've got money on the left hand side, there is always a chain of events that happen before the money. And in business, and in fact with most things, it starts with humans. So if you can get a group of great humans around a shared purpose, then that informs the brand of your company, and the brand just being the personality. That personality informs the marketing, so it's very clear who you are when you stand in the street and say, hello, this is me. Mm-hmm. If you can do that, you can attract people to you who aren't just there for a transactional relationship, but are there for a deeper relationship. Mm-hmm. They're much more likely to buy from you, and then you can make money. It also, we inject lots of concepts, so a bit of capitalism in here as well. I don't necessarily think capitalism is bad. I think it's greed that's bad. But if you make some money, reinvest it back into your business, starting with the humans. So nurture connections. We talk about human connection being so important, but actually we need things like connection to meaningful work, connection to a secure future, and of course love. Love is a huge part of being a human being, and we love to feel loved, don't we? But we also love to give love, and you plug that back into your humans, and then everything is strengthened along the chain, and a spiral up. And of course, if you work for an organization like this, you're much more likely to be a happy human, and happy humans leave their jobs, go home to their families, and happy families become happy communities, which is really what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. I absolutely love that. It's just such a simple diagram, but yet so complex at the same time, because it takes everything, about it and just showcase.
Yeah, it's
simple way that people can understand.
Well, business models are designed to do that. I mean, businesses are complicated, lives are complicated, and very nuanced and difficult to understand. And it's you have to try to live contextually and think about things contextually and break things down so that they're understandable, so you're doing the right things at the right time.
Yeah. And how did you come up with it?
Well, like all great things, slightly by accident. So I was working for a company, and just sort of almost by accident, we had this absolutely fantastic team for a period of 2 or 3 years, where going to work actually felt like going to hang out with your brothers and sisters, and everyone got on, and it was fantastic. And I was monitoring the performance across all areas of this business, and I noticed that customer complaints went down. Mistakes will always happen in business, but if they do, and you're in a great team, they're not compounded. They're quickly fixed, and no one's to blame. It's like, okay, well, these things happen, let's fix it. And the money just seemed to kind of flow in much more easily. And I became acutely aware that actually it was this fantastic team that had enabled that, and that really sort of like kicked it off. I've always been quite inquisitive, so you know, I love reading, I love talking to people, and slowly over time, and I'm fairly experienced now. All of these sort of like little areas come into play. So like the chain of events, the capitalism and how it should work, and people first.
And so why do you think it's important to kind of reframe people's thinking around this? You know, why is it important in business today, do you think?
So that's a really great question. And I think about this a lot. If you think about history, there was a huge period in history, really before the year 1500, where there wasn't an awful lot of progress, and you were very likely to do exactly the same job as your parents, wear the same clothes, think the same way, etc., etc. And then when we discovered America in 1492, I think it was, Europe was suddenly like, wow, that's quite incredible. And actually, if we explore not just geographically, but research and development of different ways of doing things, and actually we can progress much quicker. So if you in your head believe that tomorrow is going to be better than tomorrow, then it's worth investing in tomorrow, and then tomorrow is better, and then you build up confidence. And I think we've got I was fairly confident when I left school like 30 years ago. I was fairly confident that the world was going to be better. I'm not sure if my children now, who are on the cusp of leaving school themselves, feel the same about the world. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of bad news we are bombarded with constantly. And it's sometimes difficult to remember that the world is actually full of great people doing great things. And life isn't what you read about on the news. And if we can still be positive and think about investing in tomorrow, then tomorrow will be better than today. It will be. And you know, actually, the government's not in control. News isn't in control. We are.
I love that. That is a really great concept, and I think that's something that people can easily take on board and hopefully do that. And I know, obviously, with Coefficient, you can do that. You can help people. So how does Coefficient help measure organizational performance and improve people's businesses? You know, what are the ways that people can kind of work with you?
Thank you. So yes, absolutely. So that's exactly what we try to do. Businesses are full of great people who can sometimes get, you know, stuck in the weeds a little bit, and rather than, you know, be told what to do, they are desperate to have a voice. Sometimes it's intimidating to speak up, to go to your boss and say, look, I'm not happy about this, I'm not happy about that. But so Coefficient, we measure organizational performance, but from the perspective of the employees, the humans inside your business. It's a completely anonymous platform. It gives amazing insights to business leaders and coaches and consultants who are working with businesses, where the businesses are performing well, where there's room for improvement. It gives the staff in your organization a voice to amplify that, to surface latent insights and make better business decisions. Human-focused decisions, which not only improve your business, but hopefully make your staff happier, and they go home to their families and their communities, and we're making the communities in which we live happier as well.
Oh, brilliant. And I mean, we chatted, we met up a while ago, and sort of I had a quick look at the back system, and it is fantastic. I mean, there's, you know, graphs and everything, but everything kind of all the data is pulled together, and you know, it shows some great stuff. So, you know, definitely, you know, how can people find out more? I mean, you're obviously looking to work with consultants, you know, who go
So Coefficient is not an advisory firm. We're a data analytics firm. So we need business consultants and coaches to help us with the, oh, this is great data, what do we do next question. But yeah, thank you for your compliments. I think it's a great platform. I think it's really intuitive and easy to use and gives amazing insights. And yeah, so we've got a website, a very catchy, coefficient-solutions.com. You can look me up on LinkedIn. I'm sure if they come and ask you, Karen, you'll pass them on.
Yeah.
And it'd be great to hear from you.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining me, John. Such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And yeah, and all the best with that. And to our viewers who are watching now, watching later, there's more information below. You can also sign up to my email so that you get it straight into your inbox. And yeah, please do go have a look at coefficientsolutions.com. Sorry, coefficient-solutions.com.
That's it.
And look for John Hibbs on LinkedIn as well. So yeah, thanks so much. Keep your eye out for next episodes coming up, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Cheers.